And man, oh man, I mean, this man's got so much pressure on him now. Bears coach Matt Nagy will call offensive plays in 2021. Like we said, this is the do or die season for Matt Nagy. Mitch Trubisky, Nick Foles, not working out. Now you're calling plays. You're the head coach. I mean, this Bears team, I don't think anybody would disagree with this, that they have underperformed every single season since Matt Nagy's got here. And, everybody wants to place it on the offensive quarterbacks. That's fine. I've got no problem doing so, but you've still got to win games. I don't care what the players are out there are on the field. It is your job to make sure that they are ready to compete and be competitive in every single game and give us a nice chance of winning all those games. And he hasn't made the play, or no, they did make the playoffs. Mitch Trubisky got to a playoff game, did not fare very well in that game, but still got to one. But I mean, they need something now, with the new quarterback, that they believe Andy Dalton's the right guy. I mean, I don't think that's going to work out either. So, I mean, what we've been seeing under Matt Nagy has not really been great so far, and now he's going to be calling plays. So, like we've said, this is the do or die season for this man, and he's going all in for the do or die. He's taking full control. I don't know how much he wanted Andy Dalton or not, if that was just kind of what the general manager just decided, but he's taking it into his own hands by calling the plays, going to do what is going to work best, hopefully, for what Andy Dalton can do. Because are we a little bit too hard on Andy Dalton? I don't think so. They seem to be, this Bears organization seems like Andy Dalton's the guy for some reason. I'm not buying it. I mean, just last season he didn't step up, and that's just truly unfortunate. So this is what they're saying on Andy Dalton here, general manager Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy, the head coach. So here's what they're saying on this man. So, because that's how we see Andy Dalton as a starting quarterback. Y'all see this man as a starting quarterback? Did you just see what he did last year for the Cowboys, who have a much better receiving core than y'all do, and he still floundered? Alrighty, so I guess the Bears organization did not watch any of the Cowboys games, and they're just kind of going on. Maybe Andy Dalton's second year with the Bengals, that was maybe a little decent. But to continue on here, quote, and we're excited to have him again. That went into the evaluation process. He's been a starter in this league for a long time and produced at a high level for a long time. Are we watching the same Andy Dalton? Because the Andy Dalton I know is like 8-8 in a first round exit in the first round of the playoffs. I mean, he's been let's get the quote again. Let me get the exact words again. Here we go. He's been a starter in this league for a long time. Yes, that is true. That part is true. He's been in the league since 2011, came in instant starter for the Bengals. Yes, that is all true and good right there. But then he keeps on going and says and produced at a high level for a long time. All right, let's see if this is high level performance out here for the Bengals. So 2011 got the start, went 9-7, 58% completion percentage, 20 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 3,300 yards. Not a bad overall rookie season. The 9-7 record's not bad. The 58% completion percentage is absolutely atrocious right there. Like we said, we need 62 to 65%. That is good. That is solid quarterback play in today's NFL. Maybe a little bit higher now because, like we've been saying all kind of season, this 2020 NFL season has shown a little bit of inflated completion percentage numbers. So we'll see if that's the case going forward, or if this is kind of an anomaly season, a one and done. But we have to kind of know what's going to happen in the future for us to kind of reassess that. But for right now, 62, or for when he played in 2011, basically up until 2017, it's 62 to 65% completion percentage, which is good. So year one, not terrible. Alrighty. Then second year, 2012, 10-6 record. Alrighty. 62% completion percentage, 3,600 yards to 27 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. That's not bad. I'll give him this season. Not terrible there. But let's see what it resulted in. What did they do? They lost in the wild card round 13-19. Unfortunate, not putting up a lot of points. Let's see how he played in this game. Let's get this tab up of playoff postseason games. Alrighty, so second year, 2017 right here, losing 13-19. What did he do? 46% completion percentage, 127 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. So, all right, yeah, decent in the regular season, but absolutely garbage performance there in the first round of the playoffs. So now I would not say that's a high level. If we're talking about regular season's a huge benchmark, and that's like the highest you can go is what you're doing in the regular season, then yeah, he's pretty decent out there. But if we're talking about, getting rings and being competitive in the playoffs, this is not the man. In the Bears, with Matt Nagy's situation, you need to at least make the playoffs, and you honestly need to kind of win the first playoff game that you're in for Matt Nagy to have to call it a successful year this year. Alrighty, let's keep going on with Andy Dalton, though. 2013, 11-5 record. All right, so improving a little bit in the record. One extra win from the previous season. 61% completion percentage, 61.9, basically 62. We'll give him the 62. 4,200 yards, which is absolutely fantastic. If you're getting 4,000 yards, that's what we're talking about. I love it. I want to see quarterbacks in 4,000 yards territory category, however you want to phrase it. 33 touchdowns, 20 interceptions. We really wanted you to be 2-to-1 touchdown and interception ratio, and having 20 interceptions is just way too much. It's just way too much. I really don't even want to see double-digit interceptions. I would put the max of interceptions at 12 of a good quarterback, regardless of how many touchdowns you're putting up. I really don't want to see more than 12, and this man's putting up 20. Not very good. Alrighty, once again, they got into the playoffs this season, so let's go to what he did here in 2013 in the playoffs. Alrighty, here we go. What did he do? A loss, 10-27. Once again, not putting up a lot of points there in the postseason. 13 points the last season, 10 points this season. 56% completion percentage, absolutely atrocious. 1 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I mean, man, oh man, yeah, the regular season's great, but this man is floundering big time in the playoffs. I mean, you can't even beat a wild card team. Come on, this is a wild card round. But let's keep going on here. 2014, 10-5-1, so a little bit of a step back, tiny step back for him. 64% completion percentage, fantastic. That's what we're talking about. 3,300 yards, took a little bit of step back on the yards, and then look at this touchdown to interception ratio. 19 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. Just not good at all. Come on, man. Barely 1-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. Definitely declining. I mean, he was making progress from his first 3 seasons. 20 touchdowns, 27 touchdowns, 33, and then he took a big old step back with the only 19 touchdowns this season. And I believe they got to a playoff game here in 2014, so let's take a look at that. What did he do here? Once again, only 10 points. The man cannot score in the postseason. 51% completion percentage. No touchdowns, no interceptions, but no touchdowns, not putting up any type of points here. So this is the quarterback that Matt Nagy and the Bears are so high on, that they've been seeing performing at a high level for a long time. I would say maybe a high level in the regular season for a short amount of time. I'll give him maybe this 3-year stretch of 2012 to 2014 or not even that, 2012 to 2013, just 2 good seasons of performing at a decently high level. Decent for a young emerging quarterback in this league. It's decently at a high level, but then when it comes to the big game, he can never get it done. Alrighty, 2014, then 2015, 10-3 record, ended up getting injured, not able to play in the playoffs. They still lose the first playoff game, unfortunately. But he had a 66% completion percentage that year, 3,200 yards, 25 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, going into one of his probably best seasons he's ever had. I mean, we're talking about, what is this, 4-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, 3.5-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. That's what we're talking about. Best completion percentage he's ever had. The yards was pretty good, with 3 games remaining. So he was having a good success in 2015, but he got injured, couldn't finish the entire season. Unfortunate, truly unfortunate. And then he was just never right since then. Ever since that injury, 6-9-1 record, 7-9 record, 5-6 record, 2-11 record, 2-11 record, folks. And I know the 2019 Bagels was absolutely trash. I mean, I get not a lot of weapons. AJ Green was kind of injured in the back half of the career with Andy Dalton. So 2-11 in 2019, 59% completion percentage, 3,400 yards, 16 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. So he was still throwing high amounts of interceptions here. And then that brings us to this season. How is this man looking? A new team, a new start, backup quarterback. Not a lot of pressure on you. I mean, coming in for an injured Dak Prescott, I mean, nobody's really expecting you to do too much. Honestly, I wasn't expecting Andy Dalton to do too much. We just needed to see something for this man. There was honestly not that much pressure. Mike McCarthy was a new coach, so more pressure on Mike McCarthy. More pressure on Zeke Elliott to step up. Really, I would say there was basically, I don't want to say basically none, but I would say there was kind of lackluster pressure. Not a lot of pressure on Andy Dalton this season, and he still didn't do that great. 4-5 record this season, 64.9% completion percentage. Like we said, all these completion percentage were inflated this season, and Andy Dalton didn't even go big or go home. He didn't have Josh Allen 69 or 70% completion percentage. He settles in around 64% here. 2,100 yards, 14 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. So once again, not even 1-to-1 or not even 2-to-1 touchdown and interception ratio. So once again, just nothing really great here. I'm not understanding what they're seeing here, but let's keep up with these quotes. And then we're going to look at the film because we do have a little bit of a highlight package of what he did this season. Maybe the stats aren't good, but maybe he's looking good and just kind of, on the film. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt and kind of look at him there. But let's finish some of these quotes here. Anything else that is just preposterous to say about this man? He's been a starter in the league for a long time and produced at a high level for a long time. No. Again, that's all of us collectively in the building, coaches, scouts, coming to that conclusion. Everybody in the Bears organization is excited about this man. What? I know this is what you have to say. I know they have to say this. You can't just get a quarterback and be like, yeah, this man's trash. Nobody's excited. I understand it, but it's just the doubling down process. I mean, just say, yeah, he's good and we're excited about him. Just leave it at that. Don't be like, oh my God, we're in love with this man. He's produced at a high level for a long time. I mean, the scouts, the janitor, everybody in the building is excited about. Nobody's excited about having Andy Dalton on this team. Come on, they're going way too big with this lie right here. Again, that's all of us collectively in the building, coaches and scouts, coming to that conclusion as we went through the free agency process. Yeah, he's our starting quarterback as we head into the season. Yikes. They better hope that he's our starting quarterback right now until we get to the draft. You know what I mean? Because we're going to take a quarterback there, and he's probably going to win out in the quarterback camp. So, yeah, right now, Andy Dalton's the guy, but we still got a long time before the first game is played where we have to kind of make our starter truly announced. Alrighty, let's see what else they say. They got anything else on this man? The fair question to ask Pace is quite simple. Isn't replacing Mitch Trubisky with Dalton more of a lateral move than anything? Yeah, I would say absolutely. I mean, Mitch Trubisky wasn't that great, but he was serviceable, and I think he won more games than Andy Dalton did, and he was still able to put up a little bit of more points than what Andy Dalton was doing kind of on the regular. So not quite, Pace said. You don't think the move is lateral? Okay. Not quite, Pace said Friday, because Dalton has accomplished more and in his significantly longer career, and that's worth something in today's game? What? He's accomplished more. What has he accomplished? Getting to a wild card game? Is that an accomplishment in today's NFL? Is that looking back on the season be like, you know what? This wasn't successful. We made it to the game. We made it to the postseason. We weren't competitive in that game, and we couldn't score more than 10 points, and we only made the playoffs like 3 times out of an 8-year stretch. But yeah, that's a success there. What? Now, I know they've got to be lying to themselves here. There's no way anybody can truly believe this, man. And like I said, I know you have to say this. You're the general manager. You made the move. You have to kind of stand behind your decisions, and I get all that. But they're going a little bit overboard here on how much they're praising this man. Another quote here, the things we like as you look at it, obviously his experience. He's a 9-year starter. Yes, okay, yes, that is undeniably true. He did play for 9 straight seasons as a starter. He's been to 3 Pro Bowls. Okay, all right. You got to be one of the top 4 quarterbacks in the AFC to get to a Pro Bowl. All righty. Pace explained, decision-making. We like his decision-making. He's won a lot of games in this league and has been a durable player too. Durable? I think that's something to understand. Durable and winning a lot of games? I don't know. Yes, he had this nice 4-year stretch of winning 10 games, 11 games, 10 games, 10 games. That is all good, but that is just half of his career. The other half, he's going 9-7, 10-3. That was a good season. But that was one of the 4 that we just counted. So 9-7, 6-9-1, 7-9, 5-6, and 2-11. I mean, winning, half of your season in the first half. In this back half of the season, he's been in the back half of his career, he's been floundering big time. Man, and then just this season with a new team that was kind of loaded offensively, with a coach that brought Aaron Rodgers to the Super Bowl. And we don't like Mike McCarthy, but he still won a ring, so I guess I can't knock it. But I do like to knock the man a little bit. But I mean, you even have that better coach, that Super Bowl winning coach who knows what it takes. The running back that got paid, 2 good wide receivers, Amari Cooper. I mean, come on, a good offensive line. And he still couldn't make it work, so I don't know what the Bears are expecting here, but maybe we're going a little bit too hard on him. Let's quickly just watch some highlights of this man. I don't think we're going to watch this entire video, but let's just see what this man is looking like this season. Alrighty, here we go. First play up, tie game against the Giants here. Can he do anything in the clutch here? 36 seconds left, sliding out of the pocket, rolling right, a nice comeback route right on the sideline. Alrighty, that's a good play right there. Clutch, can he clutch it up again? Let's see what he's doing here. Next play, 30 seconds left, going deep. Oh my God. Great catch right on the boundary. I'll give him. That's a fantastic pass, placement and everything. Long down the field, trusting his wide receivers. Right. Oh my, yes, right on the line of if he threw that ball a little bit, like an inch more to the right, there's no way he's coming down in bounds with that. So I'll give him that one. A nice clutch drive there. Once again against the Giants, not very great defensively, but we'll give him that one. That's a nice drive there. A nice couple of plays in the clutch by Andy Dalton. We'll take that one. But now down 21-0 here against the Cardinals. A wide open pass here. I mean, this is wide open. That's wide open. This is a highlight. This is all. This is the tape. Just this one play was a tape that the Bears general manager and coach were looking at, and they're like, "Yeah, we're excited about Andy Dalton." The wide open pass. Another wide open pass here. This is all the wide receiver doing everything. All right, let's keep going here. Once again, down 28-3. They've only put up 3 points through 3 quarters, and he's dinking and dunking, and they're putting this in a highlight package for this man. Come on, folks. Come on. Let's keep it going here against the Cardinals again, down 31-3. Once again. So all these plays, all these good plays that are, highlight worthy, according to whoever made this highlight package, whatever, it's not even resulting into any points because they're still at 3 now with 5 minutes left. So he's not getting it done. This is a good pass right here, decently covered. I'll give him this one. Decent. It's a decent throw. 15, 20 yards. Comes with the flag. But still, it's not resulting in any points. All right, here we go. On the goal line. Let's get it done, Andy Dalton. Here we go. Garbage time minutes. This means nothing. There we go. Finally. It took you the entire game to get your first touchdown on the goal line on 3rd and goal, so you've had multiple cracks at this one as well. But finally, here we go. Nice little zig route. Starting inside, going outside. Very well done. Once again, these receivers helping him out more than he's actually good at. All right, what else do we get here? I'm about to turn this off. If this next game is still a blowout and they're showing great plays by this man, here we go. A wide receiver screen on the goal line. Basically, this is a top play. This is all receiver and blocking right here. Come on. Ezekiel Elliott finally doing something with that big payday that he got. Finally showing out a little bit. All righty, we'll give him this one. But look at this one. On this drive, Andy Dalton, 1 of 2 for 21 yards. So this man barely did anything on this entire touchdown drive. It was all the running game or, maybe the return game, however it shaked out. But Andy Dalton, 1 of 2 for 21 yards on this drive. Come on. What are we talking about here, man? What are we talking about? I cannot believe how big lying they were. The Bears organization was in that interview. I cannot believe some of these quotes that we got. Well, let's keep it up here. All right. Still a kind of a close game. Here we go. This is what we're talking talking about right here. And once again, so a highlight. This is what Andy Dalton's done in the game so far. 5 of 9 for 64 yards, a touchdown and an interception, and that touchdown was a wide receiver screen. Come on. Or a running back screen at the wide receiver position, however you want to categorize it. But I'll give him this one. A nice 50-50 ball, but once again, I mean, this one's a little kind of a crazy placement, and we got to give it up for the receiver. I think that's Amari Cooper over there making the, oh no, this is CeeDee Lamb. Who am I disrespecting? Making that huge adjustment. I mean, look at how this man adjusts to the ball right here. See, he's like, oh my God, this is way ahead of me. I didn't think it was going to be that deep back in the end zone, but he's able to make that great adjustment, the wide receiver, and the Bears don't have any great wide receivers like CeeDee Lamb. I mean, come on. Oh man, alrighty, what else do we get here? Alrighty, here we go. 13 seconds left, kind of a wide open pass, puts it right on them. That's just poor defense by the Vikings, and we heard Mike Zimmer at the end of the season say that this was the worst defense he's ever had. So yes, Andy Dalton is having decent success here against a very, very bad defense, but here we go. Let's see if he can do anything in the clutch. Is this going to be the second time he did something in the clutch here? Nice job. Just sits down right there, a decently open wide receiver on 4th and 6. It's a good pass. I'll give it to him right there. Let's see if he can capitalize here. Let's see if he can cap off this win. On the goal line. All right, here we go. 3rd and goal. Andy Dalton. Wide open. Delivers a wide open ball. All right. All right. Every pass here that is just all wide open, folks. And I don't want to knock you for delivering wide open balls, but I've got to on some of these. These are just wild. All right, taking off. All right, the wheels, the speed, diving forward on 3rd and 12. Are they going to give it to him? Very well done. All right, I think he got it there. Nice pickup with the wheels. All right. See if we get anything else here. Andy Dalton slinging it. A little bit wide open once again. Wide open. These receivers doing good. All right, and once again, just results in a field goal, not capitalizing on touchdowns. Classic. All right, here we go. What do we get? Andy Dalton going deep. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Here we go. Now we're starting to talk. This is a great ball right here by this man. Let's count the yards. Throwing it from the 40, high and away from the defender at the 20. That's 40 yards solid right there. Let's get it. Perfect. All right. All right. Now we're back to, this is what we're talking about. This is what we want to see. Alrighty, in the red zone against this Ravens defense. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Do you see this, folks? Do you see? Look at this. Look at the yards and the stats for this man through the first quarter, basically, because we're getting the start of the second quarter here. And so far, Andy Dalton went 6 of 7 for 25 yards. Dinking dunker out here. He's dinking and dunking. It's not impressive, but this one's decent, I would guess. Who is that? Once again, Gallup. These receivers doing very well right here. That's a decently thrown ball. I'll give him to this one as well. Good throw, good catch. Unfortunately, defender was a tad off on this one, but I'll give him this one. All right, but once again, just doing nothing else. Just literally doing nothing else for the entire game. That's the only thing he did all game, because now the next highlight we get of Andy Dalton still in the Ravens game, still with those 10 points, and we're at the end of the fourth quarter, and they're down 17 points. This is game over. But let's see what Andy Dalton can do in garbage time on 4th and goal here. Wide open, back of the end zone. Wide receiver goes up and gets this highly thrown ball over the middle. I mean, I think we've seen enough here, folks. We don't need to waste all day here. Against his former team, what did he got? Anything good? Andy Dalton against his former team, 14 of 20 for 146 yards. 1 touchdown, no picks. Is that good? Is that a quarterback you want on your team? 146 yards on dinking and dunking? I'm just not seeing what the general managers were saying, man. I'm not seeing it. It's all wide receiver that's helping this man out. I don't think Andy Dalton's going to pan out with the Bears, folks. I do not see it. He's one of the most complete quarterbacks that we evaluated in free agency, and we're excited to have him. That's where we're going to leave this segment, folks, on that quote alone. He's one of the most complete quarterbacks that we evaluated in free agency, and we're excited to have him. We'll see how excited they are having him on the roster come the end of the 2021 season, because I don't think they're going to be all smiles at that. I think Matt Nagy's going to be frowning, getting fired from the Bears.